We have 6 positive confirmed cases in the county. Now, of course, there's a lot more home testing going on now that we've got the home testing kits in, and those are being dispensed out. So there's a lot more home testing, and that's not required to be reported or anything. So
Are they pretty accurate?
What's that?
Are they pretty accurate? Nobody knows.
That is a really good question. It's hard to say how accurate they are. At this point, I don't think I trust hardly any of our tests that we have to do, because it's just, but yeah, clinically confirmed 6 cases in the county. Supply chain stuff, especially lab supplies, we're still having the same issues we were having last month, but for the most part, our lab department's doing a really good job of managing it as best we can. So we just keep dealing with that as it goes. Right now we've got an interim DON, which is Katie Bunker. She's our interim right now, and we're still searching. We're still got an ad running and looking for a permanent DON. And we'll see how that search continues there. And then the CMS vaccine mandate. And I told you guys wrong last month, and I need to apologize for that. But you guys asked about EMS, if EMS fell under that, and I told you yes. But I was wrong on that. Our EMS service doesn't fall under that CMS mandate, because CMS does not govern EMS, as far as my understanding.
Unless a hospital it's under a hospital, then it would. But where it's under the county, then it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what Ryan said too.
Yeah. So just wanted to clarify that. As far as us, the hospital with the CMS mandate right now, all of our employees either have been fully vaccinated, have had their first dose of the vaccine, which was required by yesterday, or has an exemption in place. So we're 100% covered with our employees, one way or the other so far. And so we're compliant with CMS. That way, if they show up, we should look good. And that's really about all I have. Our autoclave did go down on us in January, and we had some frozen pipes, and it busted on the autoclave, and anyway, ruined that machine. It was getting close to being time to replace that machine anyway. It was well over 10 years old, and usually that's the lifespan on most medical equipment. But we have another one we have purchased. We're just waiting for it to be delivered and installed. So we've got that going on. County Health flooring, some of you may have seen it by now, but it's been replaced. But they got a little bit of flooring left to do, and County Health, their pharmacy room, has some work left to be done in it. But most of that flooring is done over there. It really looks good, and we're working at it, about to put in new flooring in central supply, or purchasing area, and in dietary for infection control. Both of those floors are in pretty bad shape, and we're using some COVID funding to do that. And one other project that we're just now starting is we're looking at replacing a lot of our faucets with the touchless faucets in the clinic and in the hospital, especially those in patients' rooms and those in public spaces. And we've got some COVID funding left that we're going to use to cover that expense. So that's about all I've got for you.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for it.
I'll sit here and make sure Ruth stays in line.
You've been pretty busy.
It has been. We've been staying pretty busy, especially the clinic. So yes, busy as we want to be right now.
I need to talk to you. Can I just call the hospital and get your number over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, sure can.
Okay. Thank you.
My extension is 119.
119, okay. I guess you're done then?
I don't have anything.
You need him to
Yes, I
stay?
do have something, and I don't know whether he wants to listen or not, because he's already heard, but in November, Rod Klepper came to the hospital board with $100,000 and a request for a new clinic building in Bird City. We discussed it at that time, and $100,000 sounds like a lot of money to me, but when you're thinking in terms of meeting all the requirements and regulations for a medical facility, it's a pretty small amount. I went to a meeting with Century 2 in January, and they have not only the $100,000, but they have received additional funding by donations from citizens wanting this newer clinic in Bird City, which definitely is needed. The old building was put up as kind of a stopgap situation several years ago. I don't know for sure when, in the early 70s.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, it's not very well insulated. It has a very small reception area. There's no soundproofing between the examination rooms. So there's a possibility for a lot of information to go wherever it wants to go. And with the COVID situation, not being able to have social distancing, people have been quite worried about. So I think you all know where that clinic is right now, and it's my understanding that's county property because that's where the old hospital was originally. Anyway, there's discussion about where this would be better to be placed. Century 2, in their real estate wing, has a couple of properties that they're thinking maybe would work better. There's some concern about the location where the clinic currently is because there's some rather undesirable vehicles, et cetera, parked around there, and they kind of want to get away from that. Plus, they want to keep this in sort of a private area where it's not going to be, I don't know, I guess obvious who's there or who's not there. But parking is a consideration, location is a consideration. Exactly what is to be included in this is another consideration. In the beginning, the talk was we need to provide more mental health assistance in this county, as well as having physical examination areas available in Bird City. After I talked to Rance, I realized that we couldn't do this as a one-shot deal because mental has to be completely separate from physical. So, all that being said, there's a town hall meeting scheduled for the 22nd of February at 6 o'clock in the Legion Hall for the community to come together and express their desires and hopes for what this clinic may or may not provide. I hope to have more information after that, but the Century 2 board felt that there was available up to $750,000. And Rance has looked into, I don't know what you call it, but the engineering to come up with some ideas for structural possibilities and what might be included. The other item that was discussed at the Century 2 meeting was the possibility that this could be a magnet for drawing more health-related services into our county and thus helping economic development in Bird City, as well as providing more services. There was some talk about dental and vision to be included in addition to physical therapy and physical and mental health analysis. That more will come from that, from the town hall meeting. But we have to be constantly aware of the county involvement and Medicare and Medicaid and meeting all of the requirements that we have to meet. And so that's that. And I don't know if you have any questions. I'll take your questions and either BS my way around it, or I'll take it to somebody that's smarter than I am and see if we can figure this out.
Now, you said, Century 2 said 750, is that added to the, is that 100 that Klepper
I
has?
think that includes the 100,000 plus the individual donations that they received at match day.
Okay.
And maybe they've received more since then, but that's all I'm aware of.
Okay.
That's really neat.
And the 100,000 apparently came from a family in Bird City that wants this done sooner rather than later. But it's not something that we can just jump into and say, okay, tomorrow we'll start knocking down the old one and building a new one. So, and I don't know how you all feel about location, or if you have an opinion you'd like for me to share with them, or...
I'll be there at the meeting.
Anyway,
Just find out the information and come back.
good. Thanks. I love these parties.
I know. Well, thank both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank
very
you.
much. Sorry you had to wait so long.
Oh, well, I enjoy it. I don't have anything else to do, you know that.
Would you like to run a grader?
Yeah, no.
You know
In fact,
different
my
options of how to purchase one now.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about that, but my family won't even let me drive out of town, so, no, a grader would be way off my list.
Like your Indian.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good. Mine will be really simple, I think. We have to submit a report from last year to the state on a 10-section survey, which was done by DJ and Dave in the fall. And then just a management plan of what our plan is for 2022 as far as weeds. It just says, if I can read it to you, if you guys want to look, the numbers on this are a long ways down from normal because most of the sections were farm ground and not pasture. So if you want to just look at it, and then I need the signature from each of you on that. And the management plan is basically the same way, saying we're going to work with local farmers, do our cost share. We do the KDOT contract with the city, using all the proper PPE and protection with chemicals. And our equipment list is on here as well.
Kenny, are these about the same as they were last year?
They're really close to last year. And that's the management plan. Yeah, it's just a lottery draw on the sections we do, so one year we may hit a bunch of pasture that's really invested and it may jump, and the next year we may not have anything. We're still working on prairie dogs. The last day is March 15th. We can treat, so I was gonna put a notice in the paper to let everybody know that's the last day we can do it.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. There's a meeting tomorrow in Garden City. I'm gonna try to attend if it's not snowing and ask that. It's about the Rosal and I don't know if they're still going after the label and we get a credit hour for that.
Black-footed ferret.
Yes.
I'm not lying, that's what it is.
That's some of it. We don't have any here that
21?
I've seen.
22. Didn't I put 22?
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Brains
I'm
melted.
just glad I didn't put 1989.
And we had a KDA inspection January 18th, which we passed. I was kind of surprised. They
That's good.
called and said he was around, so he wanted to look at some records, which everything was good on. The only thing we have to do is put our physical address on there, was the only thing, but he didn't.
I think I need to sign that first one. Did it have a signing on the first one?
Yeah, they both.
You got it. This one. Or maybe that one doesn't.
Yeah, this one needs it by all three.
For your paperclip.
That's all right.
Forgot the date again.
Probably gonna do a motion on those.
On the approval of this,
Yeah.
Some counties must have a lot of commissioners.
I think so. I think back east they have quite a few in some of them.
are we just supposed to approve that we
Probably, I would guess
Did you
just,
approve the management plan
okay.
and the,
I make a motion that we approve the management plan for the annual noxious weed eradication program.
Second.
Okay, been first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, motion carried.
the only other thing I have is, I spoke with Steve and him and another guy will take care of the airport in case it snows when I'm going to weed school. And we'll go up with them sometime and kind of show them what to do and we can work the communication out, whether they want to text Robert or I do for the NOTAMs and we've got everything covered there, so.
On that note, I'd like to let you know that I spoke with Jill and Brian, and they're really thankful for the job you've been doing now.
Okay.
They're real happy with the job you're doing.
Thank you, and Dave Yost called me and said the same thing. He was pretty happy with what we've done so far. So,
Okay, good.
we
Thank
haven't
you.
had a lot of snow yet, but we haven't made it through March either.
Well, it's a good start. It's a good start. Anyway.
Yeah, it is, so.
Okay,
All right, well, that's all I have unless you guys have anything for me.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
thank you.
You bet.
Sorry for the wait.
Oh, no problem.
Here's your paper.
Oh, thank you.
And you've got all your classifications, all your stuff's done now?
Yep, just have to go through weed school, and once that's done, the state will likely approve me, and then we'll be 100%.
Well, cool. Thank you, Mike.
Yep, thank you.
who wants to present this?
What tier is he at? Since he's now certified, are we?
I don't know for sure. He's not past his 90 days yet.
Oh, okay.
He's getting close.
I'm gonna grab a little coffee while he's looking.
Can I see it? This one,
Why don't you give it to him?
Well, you've been here the longest with them. I think you ought to be.
Well, I tell you what. I'll write my name in my coat so I won't take yours again.
Take two of them.
I'm sorry, Roger.
Dave, I don't think we have the words to thank you for all the years you've helped us. You've done a great job. Well, thank you.
Make it over.
That's very nice. For over 34 years of service. We really appreciate it. And I know it's not very much. This here is for, it's a bonus. It's a gift. There's no tax on it or anything, so don't worry about that.
Okay,
All right? And
too kind of you.
I don't know what to say other than thank you for all your years of service.
All right, well, thank you, guys.
Thank you, David.
Sure, yes.
Appreciate all the help you've done.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate that what you've been to me.
Okay, great. So, well, thank you, guys.
So thank you. I mean, like I said, you've been a good man.
Well, thank you.
Steve's got a lot of big feet to follow.
Good, all right.
So,
Glad he stuck around. I can't imagine trying to
yeah.
figure this out on my own.
Well, thank you. So, been a good,
Enjoy retirement.
I guess he's told you that at the end of the month I'm done, so. So,
Thank you.
yep.
Have a good rest of
Do
the
I
day.
need executive session for Shelley's?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah, there's plenty.
We need,
For non-elected personnel.
we need to call back to, did we go out?
We never went out.
Okay.
I make a motion that we take a 5-minute executive session for non-elected personnel.
Second.
First and second for 5 minutes non-elected personnel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Okay.